Everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And the Stormers have made it 3 from 3 for South African teams this weekend in the United Rugby Championship as they claim a bonus point victory against Edinburgh. They had to do it from behind. It wasn't always smooth sailing for the Stormers, and discipline a bit of an issue. They did have 2 yellow cards and a red card, but despite that, managed to get the job done against an Edinburgh side who will leave the DHL stadium feeling very frustrated because they should have and probably could have gotten a lot more after the game, but also discipline and lack of being clinical enough really coming home to roost. Before we sort of review the game, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. So if we look at the timeline of things, it took a while before we saw some early points from Blair Kinghorn, but the first try only coming in around the half-hour mark. Stormers were pinned back to their own 22, where Edinburgh were just relentless, absolutely decimating them at scrum time. Pierre Schumann via PNL giving Ali Vermaak and Netley Bashir a very tough time. Ali Vermaak actually being hooked after about, I think it was 35 minutes because he was struggling so much. So Pierre Schumann getting that try after Martin Liebach was carded a bit earlier. Blair Kinghorn making it a 10-point game. However, the yellow card, Stuart McInally, in the 39th minute opened the door for the Stormers, who obliged as Dion Fourie dove over well after the hooter had gone. So the Stormers could make it 7 points to 10 at half time. And the perfect start in the second half. Joseph Dweba, first game for the Stormers, I thought a very solid outing for him. Very much looked like more the sort of player we kind of know Joseph Dweba as. And I think the nice thing is, can get a lot better than today, but didn't miss a tackle, won a turnover, scored a try, carried well, looked, and lineouts were 5 out of 5, I think it was for him, or 7 out of 7, I think it was even. So a good debut from Joseph Dweba. Martin Liebach adding the extras. Stormers then also getting a penalty, making it 17 points to 10. Kinghorn closed the deficit at 17-13. We didn't see too many points until about the 65th minute. Martin Liebach making it a 7-point gap. And then Simon Hartzenberg, who had a very quiet second half against the run of play, intercept in about the 65th minute, 68th minute to run over, which was pretty much job done. Sadly Sunday was then red carded in the 75th minute. I feel very sorry for him. Head-on-head contact, and he was a little bit upright, but I do feel that JC Ritchie was sort of leaning into the tackle, which sort of, obviously leading with his head, kind of that's why it was sort of head-on-head contact. The biggest issue is World Rugby are trying to get players to drop them, to drop the angle, to get themselves down nice and low and sort of make that tackle there. Whereas it was a very much an upright tackle where sort of Sunday was sort of leaving the shoulder here, but his head was still sort of here. And it's a bit different to when you're dropping your head to the bottom. Hitting people sort of below the waist height. They are trialing a below the waist height tackle for these sort of reasons. So I feel sorry for Sadly Sunday because I don't think it was malicious. I think it was pretty accidental. Maybe a penalty. I think a red card is very harsh, but it's the way the law is being governed. I think that needs to be reviewed in terms of whether it's working. Are we seeing players change their behavior? Are we seeing it being successful? And my gut says I don't think we are. But that led to a try from Edinburgh by Dave Cherry, very good rolling more to make it 27 points to 18. However, Charlie Savala missing the conversion. And then a penalty right in the 80th minute for the Stormers allowed them to set up a rolling more, which sort of was well defended once again by Edinburgh. But a couple of phases. Martin Liebach then drawing pass, giving it out to Simon Hartzenberg to go over for his second. If we look at the stats, Edinburgh with 57% of the possession. However, just 29% territory. Stormers very much playing in the Edinburgh half. If we look at the tries, 4 tries to 2, meters run being pretty similar, as well as defenders beaten. What was quite interesting was to see 7 turnovers being won by Edinburgh. Not too many kicks from hand actually, to what we sort of might expect. But if you look at the tackle, Edinburgh 77%, Stormers 85%. Martin Liebach kicked 6 from 6, another very accomplished showing from him. And I think what was encouraging from Martin Liebach today was he kicked very well for goal, and I think his basics were very good today. 9 out of 9 lines from the Stormers to the line very well. Scrums, however, very much a concern. Just 57% scrum success rate. Stormers conceding 12 penalties, Edinburgh conceding 12 as well. 2 yellow cards to 1 yellow card to Edinburgh, and Stormers with a red card. So 4 cards in the game again. It's very rare that we see. I actually can't even remember the last game I watched where there wasn't a card, which is quite frustrating. And it's a combination. I think that the laws need to be relooked at, but I think we've got to try and find a way to get the players to understand how the laws are being governed and to get away from so many yellow cards. Player safety has to come first. I 100% back that. I am all in for player safety. We can't have 4 to 5 yellow cards again. And there either needs to be a concerted effort where we'll need to come out and say, listen, this has to change. You guys have to change, or else we can continue to see this. And teams do need to adapt, because we can't afford to have 4 to 5 cards every single game, every single match. It's getting very frustrating how many cards are being dished out. But yeah, let me know what you thought about the game down in the comments below. Please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.